I am the real wolf spider, and this is the Spiderco Persistence. It's one of 4 other models that are a member of the tenacious family. This is a made-in-China knife. It's very good quality. It has the mauve steel that Spiderco uses on a lot of their other knives. This is a really good knife for under $30. The blade is well centered. It has that classic Spiderco shaped blade. This is a 2 3/4 inch blade, and if you'll notice, every bit of the blade is used as a cutting edge. This is a flat ground blade, G10 liner lock. This liner lock is very good, very well made, nice thick stainless steel liners. This is a very nice pocket knife. I like a lot of the features on this. This has, as most Spidercos do, all 4 positions, tip up, tip down, both right and left-handed carry. It weighs in at about 3 ounces. This is a good knife for the money. It's very well made. I'll probably do a comparative later on between this and the Buck's Vantage Select Small, which is a similar price range. I choose this one over the Buck. Even though the Buck is a USA-made knife, honestly, this is a better knife. Even though it's made in China, it's made to Spiderco's strict quality controls. This is a great pocket clip. It's very functional, even though it's not a flush carry. It carries deep enough in the pocket and holds securely. The G10 handle has a slightly roughened edge, not too rough, similar to the G10 texture on the Kershaw's Junkyard Dog 2 that has a G10 scaled. The edges of the G10 have been filed down on a 45-degree angle to lessen the harshness of holding it. I don't know if you can see it up close, but I'll do a high res on this later. Take my word for it. If you own a Buck Vantage Pro, either small or large, you probably noticed that their G10, although it's a very nice handle, the edge is sharp, and it'll scrape your hand when you're reaching in your pocket if you've got it clipped in your pocket, where this one is beveled off on a 45-degree angle, and it makes it feel much more comfortable in your hand. The ergonomics of this handle are very nice. The handle is just a little bit longer than the blade, not by much. There's a lanyard hole, which there isn't in the Vantage Select either. It has a really nice jimping right up in here for your thumb, and I have a pretty big hand, not a real giant hand, but I'm a big guy. I'm 6'5", and I still can hold this comfortably. This is a nice flat ground blade, no extra fancy beveling or anything, just straight pure flat ground. It came out of the box razor sharp, but I'm a perfectionist, and I honed it with my DMT diamond stones using a 9-micron and a 3-micron stone. If you don't know what you're doing, as I said before, don't bother. It's sharp enough. But if you're good at honing blades with these small flat diamond stones, by all means, you can bring this to even more of a razor edge. This is extremely sharp, and this mauve steel, the way it feels and the way it hones, it reminds me a lot of Sandvik steel, or maybe somewhere in between Sandvik and Boss 8. It's Sandvik. A lot of people think Sandvik's a lot harder than it is. It's not. It's not really a super hard steel. It's just a nice steel. Razor blades are made out of it. At least they used to be. So it's a good steel. But excuse me. I would put that in that category of steels. Also in elasticity. If I don't know if you know about elasticity of steel, its ability to maintain its shape. That's what these type of steels have. They're very elastic. They maintain their shape, which is very important for a good knife edge. You don't want a brittle blade that will break easy. I don't think you could break this blade too easy. It's got enough thickness on the end of it to where if you had to in a situation, you could use it as a pry. You might bend the tip, but if it had to do with a survival situation and you weren't worried about screwing it up. It's only a $30 knife. I paid $28.50 for it to be exact. I got it from my friend Jeff at the Cutlery Shop. That's S-H-O-P-P-E, or some people say Cutlery. The Cutlery Shop with 2 P's and an E.com. He doesn't have a great selection of knives, but he has a pretty good selection of Spydercos. But what he does have, he's got more than just knives too. He has very competitive, sometimes lower than everybody else's prices. So listen up, Blade HQ and Ops. You supposedly have a price match guarantee. You might want to go wander over to the cutleryshop.com and see what kind of prices Jeff is laying out there, because he's selling this guy for $20 plus $8.50 shipping. And I live on the East Coast and he's in Idaho, and this thing got to me in 3 days. So he ships it good. It gets to you. It doesn't take 6 months to get to you. Occasionally he'll back order stuff, and unlike some companies that drop the charge off your card until it's actually shipped, he holds the charge on your card unless you cancel the back order. So once it's paid for, it's paid for. This one was not back ordered, but I have gotten some stuff from that's back ordered. Anyway, back to the knife. Great knife for less than $30. As compared, the only other knife I can think of in this class that might even give it a run for its money is the Vantage Avid with the Sandvik steel. And if you can find that for less than $30, rots a ruck. The only reason I say the Avid is for 2 reasons. One, it uses a diamond wood, which is a plastic infused wood handle rather than the plastic handle. The Select uses a plastic handle. It's a hard plastic, but it's still plastic. And this one is G10, and I think that the liner in this is thicker. Maybe I'll do a comparative video later. So anyway, again, the Spiderco. This is the Persistence. It's a slightly smaller version to the Tenacious, basically the same blade shape. There are 4 other ones. Let me look at my catalog real quick, and I'll tell you what they are. This is known as the Economic Series. Value folders is what they call them. This is the 2011 catalog, and they're all called value folders. And they've got the Ambitious, the Tenacious, the Reliance, and the Persistence. And one of them has a 4.5-inch blade on it, which is the Reliance. That's incredible. To get a blade for probably less than $40 with a 4.5-inch. And these are all liner lock with G10 handle. So check these out. The budget brand of Spiderco. Nice knives. I'm going to get all 4 of them eventually. This is the first one I bought. This is the first Spiderco I've owned in quite a long time. I've sold all my others, so I didn't have any Spidercos in my collection for a while. I wish I had kept some that I've had in years past, but so be it. They've got some newer ones out. They've got expensive knives. They've got moderately priced knives. They also have a nice series that's made in Taiwan, and they have quite a few Japanese models that have some fairly decent, and they've got USA ones. Honestly, I don't think it matters where they come from. Spiderco, in my opinion, has very good quality control and very good quality assurance on all their products. Ever since I used to buy them back in the early 90s. I think I bought my first Spiderco knife in 1994. And they've always been very dependable as far as quality control. And this blade is really nice shaped blade. It gives you just enough straight edge and then a nice gentle swoop. It's, I guess you'd call it a drop point, almost like a spear drop, sort of a hybrid spear drop point. There's no flipper. You can flip it, you know, if you give it a little jerk, but that's not what it's meant to be. It's a one-handed opener. Of course, Spiderco's famous circular thumb hole, which is very easy to grab. You hear that click, that really locks up good, and it locks up completely. There's no overhang on the liner. It's locked in completely, but yet at the same time it's not overlocked. It's not inserted too deep, which is a concern because if it goes too far in, sometimes it can get jammed in there. If it's smacked on the side, I'm not going to hit it real hard, but as you can see, it still easily unlocks. I mean, if you're hitting your knife harder than that, you're abusing your knife. It's not meant to do that. But it's a good knife. Nice clip, nice handle, nice blade, nice price, nice knife. Again, perfectly centered. A little bit of extra handle length. Let's go over the features real quick. It has the mauve stainless steel, which is a stainless steel. Flat ground, razor sharp out of the box, no extra fancy beveling on the blade, just a really good strong design. SOG does that too on some of their knives. Nice G10, beveled edges of the G10, so doesn't have sharp edges. Good pocket clip, 4 different positions available for the pocket clip. Lanyard hole. That's the Spiderco Persistence. That's it.